Good morning. It's Saturday. Um, excuse me. It is Saturday. Sorry. It's Saturday, March 2nd. It's just after 9. I should not be awake. I should be sleeping, enjoying my slumber, but I have so much stuff that I need to get done. So, I need to go to Target. I need to pick up some soap. I need to pick up a few other, false lashes. Oh, some press-on nails because I'm going to a wedding today and I want to have my nails done, but I never can keep my nails long enough to where it justifies the amount of money, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna go ahead and try some press-ons because I saw a really good video by Armand, and am I saying her name right? I think I am. And so I will leave a link in the description box in case anyone wants to try it out for themselves. But we're gonna try and be part of press-on gang for now. No, I have not washed my face. I haven't done anything. I literally just woke up. I'm so tired. So let's get a move on. Let's get this wedding day transformation going. And by the way, good morning. Hope you're having a good day or good evening or whatever. Hope you're having a good time, a good life. Okay, I'm doing a Yes, time is a flying. I don't know. You haven't bought it yet? Man, you've known about this wedding for how long? Oh my god. I hope they ran out of gift cards at the thing. I mean, y'all are wondering, why does this girl not have any pillows on her bed? That's because I don't sleep with pillows. I sleep flat on my mattress. Pillows hurt my neck. Yes, I know, the ghetto. Now what? But yeah, I just made my bed and I'm gonna take a shower and get ready and go to Target and get the stuff that I need. It's already after 10. I need to be ready by 2 o'clock, so let's see how we do this. So I'm back home. I made it home 7 minutes later than I intended, but I got everything that I needed. I'm gonna start by putting I bought a storage thing for over my toilet, so I'm gonna put that together real fast, and hopefully it doesn't take me too much time because I ain't got time. And then I need to start getting ready. So boom, we're starting with this whole mess, and then we're gonna go to this. This is the end result. I think it looks pretty good. It came together really nicely. So yeah. So I'm fresh and I'm clean. I just wanted to kind of, how am I gonna do this? I'm trying to think. Just a brief intro. I was on Accutane last year. I didn't finish my course because we'll talk about that in the skincare vlog. But just like kind of a brief intro into it. I was on it, and I think I was on it for maybe 4 months total, and then I stopped. They had said I would need to be on it for 10 months to a year, and I was like, 10 months to a year? Like, is this you or tripping? You bugging. I'm not doing that. And one of the reasons why I stopped was actually because I think it's called post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. So my face got several shades darker than my body, and I didn't notice it was going on until my mom came to see me in Orlando, and she was like, bro, like, you look sunburnt in the face. And we took a picture, and when I looked at the picture, I was like, oh my god, like, this looks terrible, and my lips got really pink. If I have the courage, I will insert pictures because I still have all the pictures. I'll definitely do a more in-depth like skincare thing, like before, like I'll show you like before Accutane pictures, what I was using. I don't remember all the skincare like pills or like concoctions I've been on that a dermatologist has prescribed, but I do remember everything that I've personally tried. So I'll show you before and then during Accutane what I use, and now post Accutane what I was using and what I've transitioned to using. What I will say is a great resource on Twitter if you search her. I'm pretty sure her name is at Cave of Beauty. She's an esthetician, and she has paid services that you can pay for, and she also does like answer people's questions. So if you have like if you have one question that you want to ask her, you could try asking her, or you could search through her tweets and you'll probably find that someone has already asked your question, because some of the stuff that I'm using now was based on the reviews that she's offered on it. Although I will say it's not always a good idea to do that because people's skin is different. However, I already knew what worked for my skin, and I worked from there, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm gonna finish getting ready because time is flying and I haven't done anything except have coffee and peanut butter toast and hang out with my mom, and 12 o'clock is swiftly approaching, so I'm gonna shimmy yeah. Okay, so we are on our way now. We had to stop because my mom forgot to get the envelope for the card, so we had to stop at the store to get one. We still need to get gas. It's 9 minutes to 3. The wedding starts at 4, so I don't know, man, but this is what I have on. I guess you'll see better if I can get a full-length view, but I tried my best, sis, with the time that I had. I think I did a decent job. But yeah, we're going to a wedding. I just realized I've been looking at the screen this whole time, so it probably looks like I'm looking away, but I'm not. I promise. I just kept on looking at myself instead of looking into the camera, so my bad. not late, but they started early. But I'm gonna go because so we're finally on our way home now. It's about 7:03 and it's like almost an hour's drive back to our house, so I will catch you when I get home. Okay, so it's what time? I think it's like almost 11 p.m. I just got done doing all the editing. All that's missing is what I'm filming now. So girl, I'm tired. Like, I'm tired, I'm exhausted. I didn't sleep that much last night. I want to sleep like a baby tonight because tomorrow is my last day off. I only have weekends off. Just whatever. Anyways, let's get right to it. What I want to do right now is just, I'm gonna try to make this as brief. Let me take this out and not be making noise. Hold on. Let me take this out and not be making a whole lot of noise whilst I'm doing it. Okay, we're just gonna do it. Okay. So the reason I'm doing this really is, as I mentioned earlier, I was on Accutane last year. I've had like a few people ask me like about my experience whilst I was on it, like how long was I on it, what dosage was I on, the side effects, and like, I mean, I guess side effects that I experienced and products that I used whilst I was on it and after I was on it and before. So to make it very brief, I have had acne since I turned like what, 14, 13, 14. My skin started like just, walling out, performing, doing a lot, doing the most. Not really, just, normal teenage stuff. But it got really bad when I turned 15, and that's when my mom took me. So I'm laughing at myself because I have actual beauty marks on my face that I just usually go over again with like a eyebrow pencil, right? So I'm thinking, why is this not coming off? Girl, because they're real. But anyways, so when I turned 15, this was back home in Zim. When I turned 15, my mom took me to go see a dermatologist about my skin. I don't know what it was that he gave me, but I remember it being in a brown bottle, and I had to shake it and then put on a cotton pad and put on my face. Now, did it help with the acne? Definitely. But it was bleaching my skin. And my mom and I didn't realize it because obviously she saw me every day. And it wasn't until a teacher, like a teacher who never saw me like all the time, I didn't have any of her classes, saw me and she pulled me aside and asked me, I was like, hey, like, is everything okay? It looks like you're bleaching your skin, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, girl, like, I started a new, medication from the doctor. That might be what it is. And I was like, I'm definitely not bleaching on purpose because that's just not something that I would do to my skin. So I was like, something I'm doing on purpose. I never realized. And then I went home and I talked to my mom and we're looking at pictures and she was like, yeah, bro, like, your skin looks mad different. So I stopped like using that stuff, and I never went back to him because I was like, my G, like, you never told me that that was a possibility. You never told me that that was a thing that would happen to my skin, and now you have me out here looking crazy with a Fanta face and a Coke body. Like, what? So I never went back to him. I kind of just let my acne do its thing. I tried like several, like Clearasil, like the usual thing. And then when I turned, just like a month after my 18th birthday is when I moved here to Florida. And I didn't see anyone about my skin, like go to an actual dermatologist until I think it was like maybe 2013. So I moved here end of 2012, like mid to late 2013. I went to a dermatologist to go have them look at my skin. By the way, I'm using the micellar water and just a cotton pad to kind of wipe my makeup off. But yeah, so I went to a dermatologist and I don't remember what, they gave me like a topical thing, but the problem I've always had with like topical, like with creams, is like I'll use it and my acne is fine when I use it. If I stop using it, even if it's for a day, my skin is like boom, boom, shake the room, and my acne is back. So I definitely didn't like that. So I stopped with that and I was like, whatever, let's find something else. That's when I started using the, I don't know if I'm saying this right, the Murad, girl. There's no other way to say it, I think. But I started using their acne kit. And it comes like in a blue box and it has like a bunch of like, I think it has like 4 things in it. I'll post a link in the description box of exactly what I'm talking about if you're interested in it. And it definitely worked. So it had I remember it had a face wash, and then it had a salicylic acid moisturizer, and then there's like a spot treatment, and there was sunscreen, and it worked like amazing. But again, if I stopped using it, my skin would break out. And each box was $69, and that's a lot of money, being that I was in college, and it would be something that I would need to buy like almost every, I want to say like every 3 to 4 months. I would have to buy it, because although the face wash bottle was big, the rest of the stuff in the kit is a lot less, so you run out of that and you still have face wash, so you have to replace. But I was just tired of like trying, like I remember I tried that, I tried Clearasil again, I tried the, what is it, I think it's called the Stridex pads, the ones that come in the container and you wipe, and it, like, if I'm using it, it works. The moment I stop, my skin is doing a lot, and I was like, this is not gonna work for me, because even though it was clearing my acne, I still had like a significant amount of scarring, and I was like, this is just this is a long thing. Like, it's not, like, it's not working. So last year, I decided to go see a dermatologist, and they are based in Winter Park. I'm not going to say their name, only because my experience with them is kind of mixed. When I went there, I never saw the actual dermatologist. I always saw, I guess she was like a physician's assistant. Um, and I remember they started me on the 20 for the first month. Now with Accutane, if you are a woman, you have to have 2 forms of birth control on there. So I personally chose, with reason, I personally chose abstinence as mine. If you list abstinence as yours, you don't have to have birth control. But if you do list, like, you're on the pill, you have to put the pill and, like, let's say condoms. So you have to have 2 forms of birth control, because if you get pregnant on whilst you're on Accutane, it could have like the worst side effects on your unborn child. So, you know, it's for a good reason. And you have to get blood work done every month, obviously, as the pregnancy test, and to make sure, I think it can affect your liver function. So they always test to see, you know, if, like, to make sure your liver is working perfectly, basically, to make it very, they explain it all to you, but since it's been a year, I've forgotten. But they did that, so every month I would go and get my blood work. So the first month I think I was on 20 or 30. I like to say 20, and it was once a day. And they gradually increased my dosage to where by the 3rd month of it, I was on 2 pills of 30 a day, if I'm not mistaken. It could have been 2 pills of 20 or 2 pills of 30, I don't remember. But all in all, I was on it for 4 months. And as I said earlier, I did experience post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, which is something that, when we went over side effects, that's not something that was ever told to me. Like, hey, this is something that could happen. Obviously, you're supposed to Google, you know, side effects for yourself. And it was once I did that, and I specifically put in side effects for women or people of color, that's when I found, oh, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation happens a lot to, like, Black women. Like, it happens so much, especially in the face. But it's one of those things where once you stop taking the Accutane, it stops. Now, once I was on the Accutane, I had really, really dry eyes. Like, my eyeballs felt like just so dry all the time. So I had eye drops. I got like eye drops. I think, what are they called? Systane Ultra, and they just, it comes in a box and they kind of look like this. So I would just, and they're resealable if I'm not mistaken. So you can break it open it, put 2 eye drops in each eye as needed. I did it as needed because my eyes were so dry. I had really chapped lips. I'm gonna try, keyword being try, to insert a picture. I have so many pictures. It's absolutely disgusting. I'm gonna say it is, my lips looked disgusting. Like, I could not go anywhere with chapstick. I remember this one time I went to go grocery shopping. I got there, realized I did not have chapstick. So I went and I bought a chapstick. That was the first thing I did when I got in the store. Went to the counter, bought chapstick, and then started my grocery shopping, because my lips would get so crusty and disgusting and just not cute. Like, it was not cute. As far as my skin is concerned, I did experience like almost like a purge, like obviously, which happens, it's like if you start a new topical cream or a new routine with your skin, you may experience a purge the first week or 2, if I'm not mistaken. So I did experience a purge. I had these huge, painful, when I say painful, I mean, my acne sufferers, when I say painful, you know those big pimples that are hard and it's just painful, and it's just, it wasn't great. Again, I will try and insert pictures, so there may be pictures like around here, girl, I don't know. But yeah, that was definitely, it was not the wave, it was not cool, it wasn't cute, but my skin was getting better. Whilst I was on it, obviously my skin was very dry. They don't recommend wearing makeup, but there were times, like once or twice, I did wear makeup whilst I was on it, and it wasn't by choice. I mean, let me not say that. It was by choice. I chose to wear makeup, but it was for events that I was going to that I felt like, okay, I want to wear makeup, but it wasn't that often. I did try, I had seen other people, also on it, I had seen other people talk about the Bite Beauty lip mask. I bought the chapstick and the lip mask, which by the way cost me a ton of money. It is not cheap, and I think I'm allergic. I don't know what it is. It might be the agave. It may be another ingredient that they have in it, but I'm allergic to it. I broke out. It looked like little air bubbles under my skin, all over my lips. And I was like, hey, maybe it's because I'm on Accutane. My skin is super sensitive. Maybe that's what it is. So I waited until after Accutane to try it again, and the same thing happened. When I tell you I was mad as hell, but I was like, you know, whatever. Like, the money spent, there's nothing I can do about it, so whatever. But that was just a side note. I feel like what you use, I remember using hyaluronic acid. That's something I discovered whilst I was on my Accutane journey, was hyaluronic acid is amazing. Accutane or not, acne or not, hyaluronic acid has been amazing for me personally. I know it's not for everyone, but the key to good skin in general is you have to hydrate and moisturize. I didn't know that. My whole life I've just been moisturizing without hydrating. I did not have a moisture barrier as a result. But I use hyaluronic acid right now. I'm actually using the Ordinary's, let me see what it's called. The 138. Oh. Yeah, so I'm using their hyaluronic acid 2% with B5, and I like it. I also I just got these, so I've been using the CeraVe Hydrating Hyaluronic Acid Serum, which is amazing. You can get this in Walmart. They only have it at one specific Walmart where I live, so you may have to hunt around for it. But I was using that. I had toner, you know, it was mostly, I was aiming for hydration. So the best thing that I used during that time, and I will forever, forever love this face mask, is the Origins Drink Up Intensive Overnight Mask. And it looks like this. I've had this since last year and it's not finished yet. It's not something that I had to use whilst I was on Accutane. Let me say, I used it every single night and my skin would wake up feeling amazing. Definitely highly recommend that. Yeah, what else can I say? I did try the Peter Thomas Roth, I forget what it's called. It's like their cloud moisturizer or something. But now that I've tried the Neutrogena Hydra Boost, it feels similar to this. I may be wrong, but to me, it feels like the same thing. It's just the price tag is different because the full size is like $50 something, if I'm not mistaken. Whereas this is like 16, 17 bucks. So, you know, you do the math. But I say all of that. Obviously, if anyone asks, I could make a more in-depth video about it because there's a lot to cover. But basically, you know, do your research before you take it. Like, definitely do a lot of research before you take the Accutane because it is like, it's you obviously you can't drink. You have to be, if you're someone who's sexually active, you have to be very careful. Make sure there are no pregnancies occurring, basically. You have to eat well as well. Like, you have to eat really healthy because, again, I'm pretty sure it's your liver function, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure it is your liver function that could be affected. Also, excuse my bonnet, but I just needed to get my hair out of my face, so, you know, I had to do what I had to do. But right now, what I've been using on my skin, like I mentioned, I've been using the Ordinary's hyaluronic acid. I use the salicylic acid, which is great for like acne. I just use it to keep my skin in check. I use their niacinamide. Is that how you say it? Hold on. Yeah, niacinamide. Yeah, 10% with zinc, 1%. I'm pretty sure that is for your pores and like for blemishes as well. I use that, and I have like their glycolic acid solution, which is like a toner. Amazing. I also really love the Pixie Glow Tonic. Absolutely amazing in my humble opinion. I'm not a skincare like professional. This is just in my experience. Like, it's been really good. I do use the CeraVe facial moisturizer with 30 SPF. It's been the best so far that I've tried. It is definitely black girl friendly. It doesn't leave my skin looking gray, and I'm dark in complexion. So if I say it's black girl friendly, sis, it's actually black girl friendly. Like, you're not gonna be walking around looking like a ghost. But if you do have any questions, just ask me, or you could Honestly, YouTube was my best friend. And again, like I said, visit at Cave of Beauty. I'm pretty sure that's what her ad is. Yeah, her ad is at Cave of Beauty on Twitter. She is an amazing resource. Another person is, I think her name is LA Beautyologist. She has a YouTube channel. I think it's called the GoldenRx, but she has a Twitter as well. Definitely check out their pages. You know, if you have the funds available, pay for their services. It's your skin, invest. It's not like they're charging you an insane amount of money. They do offer student discounts, and their rates are really good. I'm not sure about LA Beautyologist and doing online consultations, but definitely check out her page. I do know that Cave of Beauty does do like consultations online, but look at their pages for specifics. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I meant to talk for 10 minutes. It has been 17 minutes, so that is my cue. Good night. I hope you guys enjoyed the vlog. I hope you enjoyed this discussion that we had at the end about skin. It was kind of all over the place, but girl, I'm tired. I want to lie to you, like, I am tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. So yeah, so good night, guys. I hope you have a great weekend. Yeah, or whatever day you're watching, just have a great time, have a great life. Again, I'm doing the most. But good night.